Inside the pyramid, En Sabanur came back to himself. Still in the same body, the transfer incomplete. He had been that close. He teleported out, furious, and started calling out for Charles through the open connection between them. He knew Charles could hear him. He wasn't finished. That's when Peter hit him, over and over at supersonic speed before En Sabanur could even process what was happening. But En Sabanur adapted. He trapped Peter's foot in the ground, then snapped his leg. Peter was down. Raven had run out of ways to get through to Eric. She made a different call, shifted into Psylocke's form, and got close enough to En Sabanur to make her move. En Sabanur ordered who he thought was Psylocke to finish Peter. She turned on him instead. His healing took care of it almost instantly, and he grabbed her by the throat, calling her feeble, telling Charles to come and save her. Charles heard it, and he used that open connection to push back into En Sabanur's mind directly. The moment Charles entered, En Sabanur released Raven. His focus pulled inward, the two of them now locked in a battle inside his own consciousness. But En Sabanur was ancient and powerful, even in his own mind, and he started gaining the upper hand. From the outside, he used that same connection to locate exactly where Charles was hiding, and began pulling the building apart around him, tearing it down piece by piece to get to him. Charles was about to be exposed. That's when Magneto stepped in. He had seen enough. He turned on En Sabanur. He sent everything at him. Metal pulled from the ruins of Cairo, debris, structural beams, anything his power could reach. En Sabanur stood in the middle of it, behind a force field that stopped everything cold. Scott fired his beams, deflected. Hank came at him directly and got thrown back. One by one, En Sabanur neutralized everything they had, because he had lived through thousands of years of battle and had the power of every mutant he had ever absorbed running through him. Then Charles reached out to Jean. He told her to let go. Stop holding back. Let it all out. Jean had spent years being afraid of what lived inside her, the power that was too big, too raw, too dangerous. Charles told her it wasn't too much. He told her now. Jean stepped out into the open. Outside, she hit En Sabanur with everything she had, telekinetically tearing at him, pushing past his force field. At the same time, she pushed into the mind battle alongside Charles. En Sabanur was being overwhelmed on both fronts simultaneously for the first time. What came out of Jean Grey in that moment had no name yet. A force that went far beyond telepathy or telekinesis, something consuming and absolute.